What have I done? This isn't good. But we're committed. We'd already started riding home. What are we going to do? There's nowhere to stop and pull over. Nowhere to sit it out, because then we'd end up getting home at, midnight if we waited for the rain to finish. So we just kept going. And it was raining and raining and raining and raining and raining. And I'd never ridden in the rain before. Because all the year before, I always avoided going out when it was raining. I was like, I don't need to ride in the rain. What's the point? If I get caught in the rain, that's one thing. I'm just in town. I'll just cruise back to the house. But I didn't know what to expect. How a bike was going to handle in the rain. I didn't know how my Ninja was going to do in the rain. I certainly didn't know how this bike was going to do in the rain, because it was brand new. Brand new tires on it. Like I said, about 110 miles when it's put it into a rainstorm. Which isn't cool. Brand new tires in the rain. Doing 50, 60 miles an hour. And it's a brand new bike. And now I'm getting it all soaking wet and dirty water and everything else in it. And all the crooks and crevices and everything else. But, screw it. I was having the time of my life. And how could you not like it? How could you not love it? It's like that stupid saying that says, a bad day of golf is better than the best day at work, or some crap like that. It's the same thing with motorcycles. A bad day riding a bike, unless you crash, it's still better than your best day at work. Crap. So we're coming down, back to the story, still headed south, and we get back into Yakima Canyon, and the rain's lightening up a little bit, and I can't see worth a shit. I got just regular leather gauntlet Alpine Stars gloves on. I got a canvas jacket on. I got my backpack, and I got these exact same pants on, which are somewhat water resistant, but they're not waterproof. They're really good pants. They're abrasion resistant, fire resistant. They're not motorcycle pants, but I wear them for riding motorcycles because they have those properties. But so we get to riding, and I'm soaking wet. The guys behind me, Pete and my nephew, they're soaking wet too. We're having a great time. Just headed back to the house, having a great time, so we can make it all the way through the canyon. And we stop on the other side of the canyon and stop there for a few minutes off the side of the road and just kind of shake off the wet and everything. And it was so much fun. I would do that again in a heartbeat. But yeah, we get back, and I get into the house, and my wife, she looks at me and she says, "What the happened to you?" I explained we got caught in a rainstorm on the way back, soaking wet. Bike's drenched. There's water, and well, I guess it doesn't matter. Bikes can get wet anyways. One thing I wish that I did have, if I could have had anything, just snap my fingers and had anything in a rainstorm, is to have a windshield. Because a windshield will at least deflect the rain up over your helmet. And I said earlier, I couldn't see a damn thing when we were coming back, and I couldn't, because my helmet was all, I had to keep it cracked open a little bit, which meant, to keep it from fogging up, but that meant the water was getting in, but the water bead was still on the visor, and I kept having to wipe my face. And when I couldn't take my hand off the handlebar, I had to just turn my head sideways and let the wind carry the water drops off the visor so I could see. But I think, yeah, windscreen would have been a big improvement. Would have done wonders if I could have had one. Yeah, this bike's fast enough. I've gotten on it on this bike before and brought it up to speed fairly quick, but every time I roll on the throttle, I have still yet to roll it all the way back through the gears. When I just did that just now, that was probably maybe 3/4 throttle. I haven't given it everything it's got yet, unless I just do a roll on from like fourth gear and do a roll on. I've done that, but I'm talking from a stop and just give it everything it's got up to like 5th gear. I haven't done it yet, because this bike just pulls like crazy. We'll drop it down in 3rd. We'll do a roll on in 3rd. Oh, shit. Still not full throttle. I guess maybe one of these days when I find a nice long stretch of road where I know there's not going to be any cross traffic or nothing, I'll get on it just to see what it does. Maybe turn on the GPS on the GoPro to see how fast it's going, or and time it, see 0 to 60. I know it'll do 0 to 60 in about like 4 seconds or some crap like that. What I read, it's fast. Me and my nephew got goofing around one time. We rode up to Cle Elum another time, and we were coming back. He was still on his Ninja 300, and I was on this. We got to coming back, and on the way back, there's a long straight stretch of road on Highway 10 that there's pretty much nothing, but the road's kind of, a little bit bumpy. We were just cruising along, he's a little bit ahead of me, and I could see him, he's pulling. So I just rolled on the throttle, and I'm pacing him. He's right at my 1 o'clock right over here. I'm in this part of the lane. He's like right over here. And I'm pacing him. We climb all the way up. We got up to 110 miles an hour, and you let off it, and I went flying past him. And I think his speedometer said he was going like 113, or it was over or something like that. But it was pretty cool. This bike, it got up to 110. It still had more to go, but that road was so rough. Look at that beautiful view. Yeah, I love this bike. I even like the big goofy mirrors. Most people don't like the mirrors, you see. They're stupid looking. I don't care. They work really, really well. I can see everything behind me. I don't have to move my head, just turn it. I'm good. Definitely needs to go out just a little bit though. There we go. Yeah, they're perfect. And I have a windshield for this. I bought the Kawasaki quick release KQR tall windscreen. $560 or some stupid shit like that. Oh, bird. So I got the windshield and I put it on here. I think I got the medium one first with the kit that I ordered from eBay. And I put it on here and I went riding with it, and I absolutely hated it. The buffeting is just terrible. My head is vibrating back and forth like a, well, if you're old enough to know what a pager is. Anyway, yeah, just vibrating like crazy. I hated it. I was like, oh boy, that's great. I just wasted almost $600. So I went home and got to thinking, well, maybe I should just get the tall windscreen, because I already got the brackets and the kit to mount it and everything else like that, and that's the expensive part. So I ordered the tall windscreen. I think it was $112. And got it shipped to me, got it to my house, more gravel. Took it out in the garage, put it on, took it for another ride, and I hated it too. Same kind of buffeting problem, just a little higher on the head. So it sits in my garage most of the time. I don't know, I'm going to screw around with it again this year and put it back on and take it riding and see if I can't find, a seating position or something that, agrees with the wind coming over the top of that thing, or from underneath it, or from around it, or wherever the hell the buffeting issue is coming from. But if I can't get used to it and I decide I don't like it, then I'll probably just throw it on the shelf, or maybe see if I can sell it on a Facebook page or something like that. I was also thinking about getting the Cafe windscreen, the shorter one, just because it looks cool, and I already have all the hardware to mount it anyway. So, dude on a Chinese dual sport. Oh, that's a Suzuki DR200, or a little tiny little thing. It looks like one of those CNC or whatever the hell those Chinese dual sports are. It's just some old guy out there having fun. Old man probably rides that thing like once a month. And he takes it back to his house and then he spit shines it for the next 3 weeks until he can ride it again. And then he rides it around the block again and then takes it back to his house and spit shines it for another 3 weeks. That's going to be me when I'm like 70. Be too old and broke to be able to ride, but I still want to ride, so I'll have some little 200cc dual sport that I'll cruise around on when Mama's not looking. Because Mama's going to tell me,
You're too old to be riding. You shouldn't be riding anymore. You're gonna kill yourself. You can break every bone in your body. Because you're an old goat. And your bones are like Melba toast. Oh well. Nope. I think I'll be riding when I'm an old man just because I'll figure, fuck it. If I get in a crash, maybe it'll be bad enough to just kill me. I'm like 70 years old, getting in a motorcycle crash and die. Whatever. Who cares? I'm done. Yeah. Nice, beautiful day outside. What do you want to do on your day off when it's nice and beautiful outside? I want to do fucking yard work. No, I don't want to do yard work. I hate yard work. I'm standing around trimming fucking trees and mowing the grass and pulling weeds. All that dumb shit. Spend your whole entire day off doing that. It's nice outside. And then guess what? Next weekend you get to do the same shit all over again. Because Mother Nature be like, and your hard work. She don't care.